Hey, it's Walter at Nanlux America's headquarters in LA, post Synergear Expo Paramount Studios. We did an interview about the new Evoke 2400 prototype at the booth. And luckily today we are with Jeremy from Nanlux, who's going to talk about the 1200C dyno, which I have not talked about at all yet. And we also have GENTREE battery solution, which we'll cover that with the GENTREE rep. And I just wanted to introduce Jeremy, who's going to talk about this. And we're going to show the NANLITE amp, how it works on an Android. And Jeremy's going to give a little tip on if you have it synced to one phone, you have to reset it on this so we don't have any confusion. So we learned about that.
So we're here at Nanlux Americas here in LA. And this is the Nanlux Dyno 1200C. It is a 30-inch square RGB WW panel, 1200 watts nominal power. So it's an amazing light because it replaces, I wouldn't say replaces, it opens up the door to big, powerful lighting to a wider audience, not just because of its price point, but because it can fit into passenger vehicles. So in its case, it's less than 4 feet tall. So it can fit in between the wheel wells of most mid-size SUVs like a Ford Explorer, a Hyundai, different vehicles like that, Toyota 4Runner. So a wide variety of vehicles, and in vans it's even easier. So it's great for that, and also for productions, bigger productions, it can fit into Sprinters and take up much less space because it's a 10-inch wide panel that rolls around on 4 wheels. So it's a great system for transport, for storage, but much more than that, it's a great light for production. So you have a full wide CCT range of 2700 Kelvin to 20,000 Kelvin. It has a full spectrum RGB WW. So you have HSI, you have XY coordinates, you have a full library of 151 lead gel filters. So these are licensed, they're not like lead filter. They are calibrated gels that can match with physical gels very easily. And you have a 5600 or a 3200 base. Now this is the same thing that's also featured in the new Evoke 900C, which is RGB LAC. So now RGB LAC is very popular and you think, oh, who needs RGB WW? Well, I don't think at this point there are any RGB LAC panels. It's only spotlights. And there's still life for RGB WW, just depends on how they're made. And the RGB WW in the Dyno series is very saturated. It works very well. If you look at the photometrics and look at the reviews, it's a very saturated light, but just to the eye and the end user and on camera, it's a very saturated color. So if you're looking for a big, powerful, saturated full color spectrum panel, the Dyno 1200C is an amazing light. There's a smaller one, the Dyno 650, but this one is very unique in the market. The RE Sky Panel S360 is a very popular light, but it's much bigger, heavier. This matches it on output at 5 meters. Anything beyond that, this is brighter and has a much wider beam spread at 160 degrees versus 110. So not only has it more output, it has more spread. So that's filling up big 8-foot or 7-foot softboxes from DOP Choice, or to fill up a 12-by frame from a shorter distance. I know the first shoot that we had our lights on, before they even shipped, we had a prototype in Hollywood for a Netflix special, and they had a 360 and a dyno, and they had to pull the 360 back further to fill up the 12-by when the Dyno 1200 was only 10 feet away. So it's a very impressive light, very accurate. It also has full wireless controls. You have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and TMO2 Lumen radio. So all of our profiles are in just about every platform. If you're doing GrandMA or Hog or different things like that, or if you're doing wireless apps like Blackout, Luminaire, our profiles are in there. And so it's a great system to integrate into emerging DPs and gaffers to the biggest studios. So we got a lot of movies and TV shows that these lights are being used on today, and it's growing. People are starting to learn more about the brand. And then it also has a lot of features that makes it easier to do for DC power. And he's going to talk about that in a minute. But what makes it so great about using the GENTREE system is that our ballasts are just power switches. So when you want to go DC power, you don't need to use, a battery solution that goes into the ballast and into the light. We eliminate the ballast altogether and do a direct connection to alternative, power solutions. So that applies to the dynos and to all the evokes. So that makes it easier and less things and less clutter and just less stuff on set. So what's great about it is I think what's best to talk about is Heesung. So I'm going to turn it over to Heesung and let him talk about the GENTREE Monster Kit.
I'm Heesung from Camera Tools. We are a distributor for the GENTREE product, and thank you, Jeremy. As he mentioned about it, this is 48 DC power battery solutions with regular V-mount batteries. It's not a 26 volt. This is a 26 amps, 14.4 volt. This is regular batteries. So let me explain about this Monster 1200 kit. And Monster 1200 kit composed with 4 regular V-mount batteries and 1 Penta 1200. Penta 1200, that's the key. That one is, that maximum is 1344 watts. So that way, that's why we can have Dyno 1200, Evoke 1200, Evoke 1200B, definitely 900C. So let me turn on the power solution. Yes. So 100% regular V-mount battery. Running time is roughly about 1 hour. So this is the key. Running of the regular V-mount batteries, running about 1 hour on Dyno 1200C. This is perfect on location solution or car rigging, vehicle shooting. It's a lighter solution. It's the best solution out there so far.
Yeah, so I like that it is able to eliminate the ballast. So that's a lot of people.
Benefit of that.
Well, okay, so our ballast is about the same size as this power solution. So to have that and the ballast is like you have all these, and you have all these cables. So not only are you eliminating one point of failure, you're eliminating all this haggle and setup. Like if you're on a set where you have like maybe you're out in the woods and you need to set up 10 of them, so you got to plug in the ballast, then you got to plug in the monster kit. I mean that takes time, and that's a bunch of stuff you got to attach to a stand. So I think it simplifies things that that the monster kit.
You can control the light without having to touch the ballast.
Right.
And
Well, we wouldn't touch the ballast. See, that's the thing. That's the difference between, all the controls are on the light, so it makes the ballast a dumb ballast. So like other fixtures, other lights on the market, they have the DMX, they have all the controls on the ballast. So if you eliminate the ballast, that light's useless. But with the dynos, it's very useful. All the controls are here. I can do all the things I want to do here, like I'm an XY coordinate, and control the light, or do effects, different things, HSI, CCT, all those good things where you can control the light.
all from the app.
All from the app.
But you also have a hard controller too, right?
We're working on one. We have a port for it, but it hasn't quite been released yet. So we're working on it. So all of the Evokes and Dynos have a port for wired control. So, but yeah.
And what's the tip to the if people are having issues with their Bluetooth connection? What tip can you give everybody?
Yeah. So I'm connected to the light right now. Currently, no one else can connect to it. So that eliminates confusion on set or difference of opinions. So you
show people how to do a reset.
Yeah. So let's say I leave and someone else needs to control the light. Like let's say Heesung wants to take control or Walter wants to take control. What you have to do is you have to go reset Bluetooth, and then that eliminates my phone from controlling the lights, and then someone else can control the light with their phone or their tablet, Android or iOS. So that's a good thing. So you also have to keep in mind about that. Like let's say you have this in a rig and it's like maybe 20, 30 feet up in the air. You have to have that dedicated, like an impersonal device. Like let's say a device just for production. So it doesn't matter who leaves, that device is going to control the light at all times. Otherwise, you're going to have to go all the way up there and reset the Bluetooth. So you always got to keep that in mind. Am I going to be in arm's length of the light? If not, then we have to have a dedicated person or a dedicated device so we can eliminate any type.
Can you use this on an iPad or?
Yeah, it's iOS, so it doesn't matter if it's iPhone or iPad.
How about the Android one?
Same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else we should know?
Right now, the app does not control the leaf filters. That's going to be a firmware update in the app, but the leaf filters are in the lights now for version 1.10.47.
Those are direct licensed leaf filters.
Direct licensed leaf filters that are calibrated.
Leaf filter like leaf filter.
Leaf filter, exactly. So hey guys, thanks for stopping by at our warehouse in Los Angeles. Hope to see you guys at the next or future trade shows very soon. In the meantime, follow us on our social media for more tips, see how our lights are being used on set and all that great stuff. And you'll probably see some GENTREE stuff as well.
Thank you, guys. If you need a portable power solution for your Nanlux light, please visit Nanlux Americas or look for his song at Camera Tools.
Thank you, Jeremy, as always, for your time and your expertise. Jeremy is amazing. If you ever get to see him at a trade show, everybody in the Nanlux booth is amazing, but I have a relationship with Jeremy and Mark. But everybody that you see at a trade show can answer all your questions. But I like sitting at the same chair at a restaurant. So at a trade show, I like going to the same person. So Jeremy and the team are always amazing. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And also, if you like great lighting without you having to think about it, one less thing to think about, I highly suggest NANLITE, Nanlux. So thank you, and until next time.
Thanks. All right, cool.
I'm getting better at this.